Stefan says the grip.
Grip.
I talk about S4 modification.
New alloy wheels at some point. Do you know what? Maybe even lower it a little bit. Oh, front splitter as well.
And we talk about our YouTube journeys.
But if anyone's offended by that, it's probably because they are a douche. Start at Land's End, go to John O'Groats, 2 whole days, delete the footage by accident. We are going to be going out in the S4 today with Steph from SMG Automotive.
Hello.
I think we're going to have a good time in this today.
I think we're going to have definitely a lot of fun in this today.
Go for a blast around the roads. Probably on some roads you've probably never driven on, so you're not.
I've never been around it, so this is all new for me.
We're gonna get it muddy again, which is a shame. I've only just cleaned it, ready for Steph to come around today, as you can see, and that is looking really good. Hi guys, how are we doing? Back in the car, and we are going to go for a drive. We're currently stuck behind a bus, which is obviously not ideal, but this is Cornwall, so you've got to expect it. As soon as the bus is gone, we're going, and I'm hoping you're going to be ready for it, ready for when I just suddenly take off. And to be honest, quite lucky, because it was supposed to be really, really wet, and it's not actually too bad at the moment. Sometimes I prefer it when it's a little bit more like this, just because like you ain't got sun right in your eyes, and it's also not very nice when I'm wearing sunglasses when I'm recording.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not being respectful to everyone that's watching. You know, I want to be able to be like eye contact, but sometimes you need to be able to see. It's quite important. I'm hoping this one is going straight on where we want to turn right in a minute. Fingers crossed. And if not, we'll probably just overtake it anyway along the straight. We left the car running for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just so it's fully ready to go.
Yeah, so it's definitely warm now.
All right, here we go. We are turning off.
That is incredible.
Slow down for these people, sorry. Of course, I've now got points, so of course I'm going the speed limit.
Yeah. Literally that.
Just that snap.
Yeah, I'd have 2 hands on time to go approach.
The thing is, you know, you've literally just come down from my place, haven't you, in the car?
Literally, yeah.
And just take it nice and easy because it's not warmed up and whatever else.
Yeah. This is literally the first, like...
This is the first kind of pull you felt. It's a car that's very normal until you open the tap.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh shit, I now see what it's all about.
Yeah, that's that. That is
Speechless.
That, yeah. It's completely standard to that, isn't it?
Standard. Totally standard, apart from the cosmetic changes.
Yeah.
And it's got a full tank of fuel, so obviously they're a little bit heavier as well. But the actual statistics for this is supposed to be 0 to 60 in 4.9. People are getting their stock ones with no changes whatsoever, totally stock, and they're getting their draggy out. 4.35 is the best from a stock S4, totally stock.
That's phenomenal.
I've got 4.4 out of this, and it's supposed to be 4.9. It just goes to show that Audi isn't totally honest with their numbers.
What are you doing?
I must admit, I've had it for just over a year now.
Yeah.
Incredible machine. It's nice to have the other cars which have got a bit more character, you know, they're
Yeah,
older,
yeah.
a bit more unique on the road. But to be honest, I don't see that many B9 S4s around.
No.
And 99% of the cars that I see on these roads here, they just get shat on.
Yeah, completely.
You know, it does everything I want. It's fast when I need it to be, it's slow when I need it to be, you know, and
Quite
comfortable.
spacious, like...
Yeah, I'll tell you what makes the massive difference is that this gear shifter thing is so low.
Yeah.
Because you imagine if you've got a manual and it's up here, or even the autos with the big lever, it's up here, so it just closes it all off.
It's very nice in here. It's very clean and very Audi.
If you put your hand down the side of your thing here,
Yeah.
like right at the top, there's like a rectangular button.
Yes.
If you click that one, and then just stay there for a minute, you'll soon realise
Is it a massage?
it is.
Decent.
So you get massages, you've got 3 different functions, you've got, you know, heated seats, everything you need, and I've still got a load of space to chuck a bike in the back. Like literally, we went out to Sibley Back Lake the other day and took the bike, just chucked that in the boot. You know, it's just perfect for what you need it for. Absolutely perfect. I remember I literally took one of my friends out the first day I got it.
Yeah.
Took him out this way, and the whole time it was like, Christ.
It's good.
We've probably picked the wrong time for all the tourists, you know,
Yeah, probably.
coming down for the bank holiday.
Yeah. It just like pins your head. You can't even like.
Yeah. There's the thing is, a lot of people that have been in this car when I've driven it fast have gone, do you know what? We still feel so safe.
Yeah, it's safe. Yeah.
Because you're just pinned to the floor.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
There's no give or anything, which takes away from that kind of, you know, element of, oh, this is fun.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, it just goes.
Yeah.
You know that if you need to take this car anywhere quickly, in no matter what the weather is, you can just do it.
Yeah.
It's pretty mad.
It's a good all-rounder.
Exactly. That's exactly what I bought it for. And also, I quite like the fact it's kind of understated. Nobody expects it to be this quick.
No, yeah.
It's just a black Audi.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a black Audi that looks nice. And then you put your foot down, and people are like, "Oh shit!" Now I know what it's all about. Oh, it's a shame that we're. I drove it on a different road the other night, and there was literally no one. Didn't see anyone on the road. It was such a good drive. There's no better place to drive, really, is there? Look, you've got all of this in front of you, all these fields everywhere, all the yellow over there. I don't know what that is. I'm not very.
I think is that daffodils?
Could be. Could be. I've got no idea. I just appreciate it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I love Cornwall for the roads. Like,
Yeah.
It's epic.
The thing is with Cornwall is like you have such a mixture because you do have these like you have the country lanes which if you go more than 30 you are mental.
Yeah.
You know, then you've got these B roads that literally are just like winding and everything. And the thing is, when you get to know a local road, is there anything better than smashing down a local road?
No, it's not.
Knowing where to slow down.
Yeah.
Because there might be a bit of a thinner area to get past another
Yeah.
car. When you know the road, it's just so good.
It's so good. Yeah, I completely agree to that.
Because I was looking at Cheddar Gorge literally just last night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's nice. 14 miles, you know, of twisting roads, canyons, like in a canyon.
Yeah.
And it's just like, have you ever seen Cheddar Gorge?
No.
Honestly, it looks so good.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
And that's something I'm definitely going to do at some point.
Yeah.
It's just when I get the balls to do it,
Yeah.
because I don't know the road, obviously, and I hear that a lot of it's very small for two cars going each way, and people go there to race up and down it,
yeah.
and it's just like, yeah, I just don't want to crash the car. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's obviously it's like quite an expensive car. Do you like get a bit nervous of that side of it?
To be honest, no.
Crack it? No.
Not really. The thing is, it's like with anything, you know, you buy your first car for 100 quid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're like, oh, I don't want to break it, don't want to touch it, don't want
Yeah.
to scratch it or anything. Then you buy your second car for 500 quid. And you're like, oh my god, this is so good, I don't want to scratch it. And the thing is, you keep going up and you end up going, well, actually, if I scratch it, I'll scratch it. It's a car.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know,
I agree with that.
my first car was a Fiat Punto with
Okay.
a 1.2 litre engine, 60 horsepower. All right, slow as anything really. Crashed it 3 times on my first day. No joke. Went down a back lane and it was gravel. Wasn't even going that fast. Stamped on the brakes because the Land Rover came the other way, and I go straight into the front of him. Didn't brake, just literally locked wheels and just slid. Drove down to college. I actually accidentally so I parked up on this really tall, steep hill.
Yeah.
Put the handbrake up, and the handbrake came off, and I rolled down and hit a minibus. And then I drove home and I hit a lamppost. But touch wood, since then I've never ever had a crash, and that was 7 years ago.
Yeah, that's alright.
I got out of the way early.
Yeah, that's what I did. So I had a K10 Nissan Micra.
Yeah.
Went into a town called Townsend, and I did a 3-point turn. Misjudged it. I was going quite slow. I don't know how. I think I was just tired. I wasn't paying attention, and I clipped a Cornish wall. So I
Right.
my arch out, and I smashed my indicator off and stuff like that. And I said to Louise, because this is the day I got a phone number, I was like, I just crashed my car. A few hours later, I actually crashed it completely. Totally.
Oh no.
Smashed my phone, everything that night, everything went, and I was like, measured it, explored. I was like, oh, I crashed my car. She's like, yeah, I know you did. I was like, no, I crashed it again. Completely.
Wrecked it.
Yeah, I wrecked it.
Mate, I think we all do those stupid
Yeah.
things, though, don't we, when we're young?
But the thing is as well, like, I wasn't actually speeding.
No, this is the thing. I find that you do the most stupid stuff when you're literally going slow.
Literally. It was like, I was with my mate, it was like, oh, we're going to do like the short ways, it's like, save fuel. I mean, it was like, it's got to be like 40 horsepower for new. It's 1984, so it probably had like 10 horsepower or something left.
Yeah.
You can't speed in it, literally. Like, I think the fastest I went out of it was
You
65.
Yeah, you'd struggle ever hitting that limit.
And I just hit some mud and it just like,
Went.
It just went like, and then I hit a corner. But
Thing is, we all do these silly
Yeah,
things, don't we? It's all part of, I think, just driving the cars, isn't it, when you first start?
the worst thing as well, I remember like speaking to the police at the scene. I said to them, there's only 12 of these in the UK. And the police officers went, there's 11 now. I couldn't help but like just look at him like, I really want to punch him
Like,
in the face right
what
now.
a prick.
Yeah. But I look back at it, it's funny because I would definitely say that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah,
say
yeah.
that, do you know what I mean? Like,
Definitely. That looks very similar to yours,
It does actually.
that you just come up in.
Yeah. It's a good car, that though.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, never had a problem with it. Touch wood. Because like, it's only on, I think it's like 58,000 miles.
Oh, bugger all then.
Yeah.
Oh, this is done 48,000.
It's still nothing, is it? But it is.
No, the thing is, it's my daily driver.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people were like, oh, it must cost you a fortune. I'm like, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But I enjoy
Yeah,
driving
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Who cares?
So, I spent like £3 on fuel last year.
To be fair, that's quite a lot. I don't know how much I pay on fuel, but
The only reason I know is because I keep it all for the business anyway.
yeah.
You know, any business use goes through
Yeah.
for the business, so. I'll tell you what, for this car though, I've seen some people, they get hybrid turbos on it. I think it's about £2 for the parts,
Yeah.
and they have these hybrid turbos, 200 extra horsepower, supposedly. That's nuts, isn't it?
That is nuts.
And it's just like, that's more than an RS4.
That is nuts.
Like, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So I think that that is something down the line that
Yeah,
we'll need
might
doing.
have to happen, yeah. Well, I've been tasting that with like 200. That's mental.
You know, you remap one of these, you're probably getting just over 400,
Yeah.
something like that. And the thing is, it's like, when you look at the price, it's like it's like £20,000 more for the RS4 than this. And the RS4 is like 3.7 to 60. So it's not that much quicker.
Yeah. You might as well pay a little bit more money. You might as well pay a little bit more, less money, but pay a bit more money modding it.
Definitely, you'll get it faster anyway.
A lot faster, yeah.
You know, less to replace parts because it's S4 parts, which is based on the A4
Yeah.
rather than based on the RS.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty much the top of the range A4 rather than the low range of the RS.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I was quite lucky actually because the tax on this was $235 a year.
That's not bad.
If this was manufactured a month later in the April, it would have attracted another 215 tax for the next 5 years. So I was very, very lucky. Oh, this is what annoys me on this roundabout. People don't know which lane to be in because this is actually the lane to go onto the dual carriageway. This was actually the road I got caught on, so I'm very careful.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I look at it as like I did, 7 years of driving,
Yeah.
and I've only been caught once. Because
Yeah.
obviously that was the only time I ever
Yeah.
sped. Obviously.
Yeah.
Like I know obviously speeding shouldn't be advocated, but sometimes it's like you've got an open piece of road, no one around,
Yeah.
and then it's just like one van sat there like with a camera hanging out of it, and you're just like, oh bloody, that's what happened to me pretty much.
Yeah.
No one on the road.
I'll tell you what, I know it's not funny at all, but your TikTok of you getting that fine had me in stitches.
Did it?
Yeah,
Which
so
one was that? Was that the one when I was like in the cupboard with a camera?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And literally it happened that day. That was before I even knew I got the fine.
Really?
But I saw the camera and I was like, he's going to have got me for that, definitely. So I just did it, just made it there, and then 'cause I knew it was already coming. Overall, really love the car. There's a few pet peeves though.
Yeah.
It's like, so you got your arm there and you're resting,
Yeah.
and what it's doing is like it's actually stopping it from rattling.
Oh really?
It's
Yeah.
really bad. It might be because you're kind of sat and it's kind of like pulling it, but I did one video and it was the pros and cons, and honestly, rattles like hell.
Oh.
So bad. Like if you weren't sat there with your seatbelt in, the seatbelt would probably be rattling against this.
Oh my god. I can't stand rattles in that car.
At some point, I'll probably do a video of like me taking it all apart and then like packing it so that it won't rattle.
Yeah, that's a good idea, to be fair.
But honestly, it's such a pain in the ass because you're driving along and all you can hear is rattle, rattle, rattle. And I don't know what, I think it sounds like a loose wire, like a loose wire's pinging around. This is the way you probably came then.
Probably, yeah.
What?
Sounds so good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's addictive.
Yeah.
That's the expensive pedal, that is.
Yeah.
You just end up just absolutely booting it wherever you want to boot it, because it does sound so good.
Yeah.
Because I pulled the electric bits out the valves,
Yeah, I think I've seen that video.
so they should, in theory, all be open all the time. Because it's something to do with certain driving modes that it won't be.
Fair enough. A lot of manufacturers are doing that at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah, soft limiters and that as well, and it just all sounds crap.
Yeah.
Like the new Toyota Yaris, the GR. Saw one of those at refuel, lovely car, and I was like, oh, I bet it sounds like crap. Didn't see it there and then, but I had a look later on, and I was watching videos, and they do sound rubbish.
Yeah, they
No
do.
joke. This morning, the same bloke on Instagram who's just changed his exhaust.
Is it?
Yeah, I was
bet
like,
it sounds epic now.
it sounds so much better.
Yeah. So I really want to drive one of those because they're meant to be like,
The shit.
yeah, literally.
They're literally meant to be the one, aren't they? They're supposed to be like the best car of the decade, they reckon.
Yeah.
I think it was awarded car of the decade.
Was it?
Yeah, I
know,
think
like,
so.
They based it off like because they were gonna race in a rally, weren't they? I've heard that they're not actually racing in a rally now.
Yeah, they're not.
WRC or something.
Yeah, they're not allowed to or something.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I was like, that's a shame. The grip.
When you think it's a little bit wet now,
Yeah.
isn't it? I must admit, when I first got this car, I came out of the estate, put my foot down the straight, and I looked down and I was like, I was definitely doing the speed limit, and I was like, holy fuck. Like and no joke, my heart, 10 minutes,
Yeah.
was like, oh my god, that's amazing, because it was the fastest car I'd ever driven, easily. And first automatic I've ever driven as well. I literally ordered it and went, I'll learn auto.
Yeah.
Never driven an auto before.
No.
I just thought that'd be fine.
Fine, yeah.
That's the thing, there's no, you don't worry in this car at
No,
all.
it literally, so it just feels fast, but completely safe.
And it's just that sound of the exhaust just
Yeah.
going. Even that one caught me by surprise, to be fair.
Yeah.
Tell you what, that's another thing I don't like, is the fact, like, they have all these sports seats.
Yeah.
I like having my head back, whereas these kind of push you forward.
Yeah, they do. I definitely don't sit in the right seat position. My head's always so far away from me.
Yeah.
But I'm just comfortable like that.
That's the thing at the end of the day, as long as you're comfortable, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter, does it? But it's just one of these things that I'm just like, oh, I just wish it was a little bit further back.
Yeah.
But overall, it's a nice, comfortable car to sit in.
Oh yeah, it's comfortable. Yeah.
And you get onto the dual carriageway on the motorway, just literally stick it on cruise control and just sit there.
Yeah.
But that's another thing about the car, which is that the miles per gallon I went to refuel the other day and I had it in dynamic mode because I like having it so I can literally just stamp my foot if I want to, nice and quick.
Yeah.
And I still got like 35 to the gallon.
That's not bad.
So, you know, considering I was still putting my foot down every now and again to
Yeah.
overtake it and stuff. But you've got different driving modes, you know? So you've got dynamic. You go into comfort and you literally Don't feel anything.
Wow. That's crazy.
It's just smooth.
Yeah.
The steering's a little bit lighter. Well, not lighter. It's more just it's not so sharp.
Yeah.
You know. Put your foot. You know, I'm in 7th gear now instead of 5th.
How many gears has it got?
8.
Yeah.
You know, and then you've got like efficiency, closes the valves on the exhaust
Oh, okay.
to stop it from obviously throwing out loads of noise when you don't need to. I'm just going to give Steph a few revs of the engine. It farts a lot more than I think, actually.
Yeah.
It's funny because I don't always realise just how
Yeah.
it sounds on the out. Because obviously you're always driving, aren't you?
Yeah. Are you gonna do like an exhaust mod or?
What, on this one?
Yeah.
I thought about it because one of my friends asked me about it. It's kind of a trade-off because I don't want it to be constantly loud. Because what you risk is that if you do it, they drone.
Yeah.
And then you're just constantly in your ear.
Yeah.
It's like now, you can't really hear it because I'm not, you know, on it at all.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like if I modify it, I don't want it to sound any different in a way. I kind of still want that V6 raspiness.
Yeah, that's the thing. It just becomes like a big, loud.
I'm trying to think which way. Now, both ways I've got cars going now. I quite like shooting up out of here
Yeah, it's all clear.
because what I do is I look down there and I go, oh, there's a car coming up. Yeah, I reckon I'll make that.
Yeah.
You can see why people get these cars and end up with like no license.
Yeah. 100%. I think one of the best things about this car is the gearbox.
Yeah.
It just goes through the gears like no tomorrow.
I think there's actually something you can, if I'm right, you can actually plug something into these gearboxes. You can do like a remap on the gearbox to make it even smoother.
That's crazy.
Because it is nice and smooth. And obviously I've not been a passenger in this. What I need to do is get my dad to drive it because he's insured on it.
Yeah.
As like a named driver.
Oh, okay.
Really, I need to get my dad to drive it and me being the passenger so I can really experience what it's actually like. Because you kind of get used to it when it's your own car.
Yeah, you
don't
do.
you?
And obviously you hold on to the steering wheel as well, so like.
Exactly,
it's all
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, it's... At the end of the day, it's really, I think, a really nice car.
Yeah.
That's kind of got me into the fast car category. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because when I was looking, it was like, I wanted a car that was nice and practical. Ideally an Audi, because I had an A4 at the time and I really like that. And I wanted it to be sub 5 seconds. And it ticks all those boxes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing, isn't it? A lot of people go, oh, why would you ever want something so fast around here? Well, that's the reason, because I wanted to have a bit of fun between going to work or, you know, or shooting around to go to the shops or something. I want something I can just get in, put my foot down, enjoy it, and then jump out 5 minutes later.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But at the same time, only last night, I was thinking to myself, do you know what? I'd quite like something JDM.
Oh, yeah.
I'd quite like... Do you know why, though? Because we were watching the first Fast and Furious last night.
Yeah, there you go. That's what does it, yeah.
And I was watching all these cars going, oh, man.
Yeah.
It's nice having this comfort and that, but sometimes I go, do you know what? I'd like to jump into something that's got no door cards, do you know what I mean? Stripped out, manual, and something that can rev to 7,000 and you can just chuck it around and not even go that fast.
Nah, you literally described my Beamer. Considering it's not going to have anything in it, it's just going to have a cage and seats, and that's pretty much it.
That's the thing, you can jump into it and just like, let's enjoy it,
Yeah.
enjoy the most basic things that make a car a car.
Yeah.
It's all well and good having all of this new technology and whatever else,
Yeah.
but sometimes you just want to drive.
Drive, yeah.
It's like, you know, sometimes I go, I'd quite like just to have a manual
Yeah.
and be slamming that clutch foot in every other corner, do you know what I mean? And whatever else. I can't do it in this.
No. And I think that's why I love like my 46 so much. It's just, it doesn't cost that much. It's never going to like devalue the money that I paid for it. It's probably just going to go up a little bit. I can race it, I can do the mods myself. Obviously you can do mods on this, but like to a point.
The thing is, with stuff like this, it's some of it's so electronical.
Yeah, you just don't even
yeah, is that a
mess
word?
around with it.
Electronic.
Electronic, yeah. Electrical.
Electrical. Lost my brain for a minute there. It holds onto the gears, like, if you look at that was third at that speed then.
Yeah, 60 miles an hour.
60 whole miles an hour. It's fine because I don't, did you, oh, you saw the video of the A8 when I was driving it to the garage?
Yeah.
And I was going along this road actually, which is obviously a 50.
Yeah.
That was just my dyslexia paying up that one. I couldn't read properly, you know?
Yeah, that's what it is, yeah. I thought you said 80.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I would honestly jump on getting something JDM because I'm betting a lot of money on it. The next 2 years, they're going to go right up.
They already are, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Like people, you know, people that are into their cars, they just want something they can just drive and enjoy and have gears, and they don't want this electric motor that's just on or off and just going. And I do believe that we will still have a lot of that going around.
Yeah. Like, I want to own a Skyline before I can't own one.
Because they'll be too
Much,
expensive.
yeah.
Definitely.
Like,
That's the thing, I keep looking at it more and more and more, and I'm like, oh God, just like 2 years ago, they were like half that.
yeah, I know.
And I know that in 2 years' time, they'll be double that again.
Yeah, double, yeah.
And it's just like,
Yeah.
it's so hard to know when to jump in. Because at the same time, you go in at the cheapest end, you'll end up having to do a lot of work to it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you want to be paying.
Mid-range.
Yeah, mid-range, yeah.
So no, it is hard to know. But it's like, say, like, so my dream car always has been. To be honest, more and more I'm going, oh, actually, is it really the right car to have? Maserati Gran Turismo.
I respect that. They're wicked cars.
You know, and I'm thinking 2008, 2009, when they first started coming out properly, I believe.
They're V8s, aren't they?
Yes, yeah. And you get a 4.2 and a 3.7, I think. And you get a 4.7, which I think they call is the Stradale.
Oh, okay.
And I look at them and I saw the cheapest ever one that I'd ever seen. 16 grand. Which is half of what this one cost me. And I go, my dream car was half the money of what I bought this car for. But I can't fit a load of stuff in the boot of a Maserati Gran Turismo.
Exactly, yeah.
That is the biggest issue. And I was looking at it and I was going, well, I could always get rid of this one, buy the Maserati, have my dream car,
And get another.
and then have just one to lug stuff around in.
Yeah.
Or use the Mercedes.
Yeah.
Which actually, Steph will be seeing in a minute for the first time.
Yeah.
Having a look around that.
I'm pretty cast about that because I like old cars. I love modern cars, but I really love old cars.
They've just got that kind of,
Unique, like,
yeah,
style. Like,
exactly. It's got a unique style that you just look at and go, you're never going to see that again.
no, yeah.
That is never going to come about again. And that's why when my missus says to me, oh, will you get rid of that boxy Mercedes that you've got, the one that looks like an old man's car, it's just like, I don't want to.
No.
Just because you'll never see that. If I sell it now, I'll never end up buying one again.
No, yeah.
Because you just won't. You
No.
you know, they'll start going up in value. You can guarantee as soon as you sell your car, it'll go up in value.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Most modern cars nowadays are based or look like the same as the competition, if that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
They're all, you know,
like,
they look at it and go, oh, right, that looks quite nice, so we'll copy that and
copy
just
that.
change the grills.
We'll take the chassis and change the badges, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
But that's the thing, isn't it? And
it all comes down to money at the end of the day. Like, if it's cheaper to go and buy a chassis from another person than to design your own.
you're going to, aren't you?
Yeah.
Because they want to knock out these cars on PCP for, you know, a couple £100 a month, don't they?
Yeah.
That's what they want to do. There she is, the Mercedes,
Yeah.
the 230 TE, although it's pissed now of rain. But, no, it's a lovely car.
It looks really clean.
To be honest, considering it's nearly 30 years old, it's like it's going to be 30 next year. It's a nice car,
Yeah.
really nice. And I look at it and I go, do you know what? I put a video up the other day, and someone said to me, "Why didn't you put a V8 in it?
That'd be cool.
5 litre V8." Could you imagine in that?
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
But that's crazy because that first ever video just hit just over 10,000 views in like just over a year.
Yeah.
But it's just like, imagine if you get to a point where that was every day on every video.
Yeah. I watch some YouTubers and it's like their video just goes up and you watch it. It's like thousands of views, and then I read it. I'm like, how? I've literally just come up. Like,
Yeah, people must have the bell notification on and just tick it.
oh,
But
it's mad.
one day, just gotta keep going. At the end of the day, if you can look, what I see it as is, even if I don't make it big, I'll be able to look back at that when I'm fucking like 80 years old and go, I remember that car.
Yeah,
That was great.
Yeah, that's yeah. There's so many like positive things about YouTube. It's just, why wouldn't you do it? Yeah, it's good to pick up like things from other people, like especially like doing this sort of stuff, help like a couple of people out with their videos, and like we all learn each other, like stuff from each other, which
Yeah.
is pretty cool.
Definitely. It's definitely the way to do it, because otherwise you end up, it's very easy if you're doing it, because you do it solo 99% of the time,
Yeah.
very easy to be stuck in your one way,
Yeah.
and then you don't end up winning, because you're like that.
Yeah.
You need outside support sometimes on different things.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's like everyone asks me now, they're like, oh, you know, what microphone setup you using, what do you use to record,
Yeah.
and this and that, and it's like, and I can just say, phone, this microphone, you know, give it a try. Well guys, that is the video for today. As you can probably hear, we're getting battered, aren't we?
Yeah, it's literally-
By hail and rain and everything, and it's just so crap, but at least we had Quattro, and then we could just still have a bit of fun on the road, but not take it too, be too worried about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I bet in your BMW you'd be a bit like, a little bit.
Yeah. we couldn't be pushing it that hard in the 46 for sure.
But no, so BMW E46.
Yeah.
So what are your plans?
Full track spec. I will be racing it. I'm hoping. I'm gonna push for August, but I reckon like September-ish.
Yeah.
Gonna track it. I'm probably gonna try and call some people out, and yeah, just gonna race a few races and see where we go from it. Really. But
That's the thing though, isn't it? You can get a car and you can do whatever you want to it yourself,
yeah.
and you can just like enjoy it. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I would just like a car that I could literally just go out and go, right, we're gonna rag this around somewhere
Yeah.
and just really enjoy it. Whereas like you said earlier, sometimes you can be a bit like, oh, you don't want to do it in a car that's, you know, sometimes it's nice having a car you can put a bit of money into and just really enjoy thrashing it around.
Yeah.
Like I would be so scared if I blew an engine up in this.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like.
Like I'd be like, oh shit.
See, the point is, I'm gonna put it's a 2.2 in there in a minute, and I'm gonna put a 3 litre in there.
Yeah.
So, I don't care if it blows up. So
And
this,
then you'll keep the same badge on the back so no one knows.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can scare some people then.
Exactly. So it's all gonna, what's the word?
Come to fruition.
Yeah. That's the word.
It will
It's
come
all
to a
gonna
point at some point and then that'll be ready to
be
go.
ready to go. Yeah.
So what did you think overall of the S4?
It's absolutely epic. Like
Oh, that's a thumbs up from
the
me.
style, the performance, the grip, the build quality, you know, the gadgets. It's just a bloody good car. Like,
Just an overall all-rounder.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know, like I say, I've always said to people when they ask me about the car, I say, number one, it's fast.
Yeah.
You can do it comfortably,
Yeah.
and I can chuck whatever the hell I want in the boot and still have loads of space.
Yeah.
Like, and it looks great on the road.
It does. Yeah.
You know, I don't think I've told anyone on the channel yet, but I reckon, because I said to you earlier, new alloy wheels at some point,
Yeah.
definitely needed.
Definitely.
Do you know what? Maybe even lower it a little bit,
Yeah,
just a
maybe
little
put
bit.
some lower springs on it, maybe.
just to make it look a little bit sportier.
Yeah.
But I reckon, front splitter as well. I've
Yeah,
been
of course.
pondering that because it kind of comes up like that, and it's like if you just had a front splitter going all the way across, it would just look that much sportier.
Yeah.
And that's why I changed the front grille to start with,
Yeah.
because that was all silver and it just looked a bit more like an A4 than it did an S4.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the chrome stuff.
No, but it's like these mirrors, they show that it is an S or an RS.
Yeah.
But I do have carbon fibre mirrors at home that I haven't put on yet.
You could have put one.
I don't know. I'm not sure because these silver mirrors match the door handles.
Yeah, I was gonna say they do match your handles.
But a friend of mine said, what about just wrapping the door handles with a tint to kind of take away from the chrome a little bit so it's not quite so chromy?
That's not a bad idea.
But it would be kind of like a shadowy kind of look to
Yeah.
it. So I think that could potentially be the way to do it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Especially if I change the alloys, and they'll be black probably. And also the front fog light grills, they're black, like honeycomb look with silver trim. I've got all black at home, but the thing is, you got to take the whole front bumper off.
Serious?
Yeah, to undo the clips in the back.
That's just typical Audi.
And I was just like, well, I don't really fancy doing that right now.
No.
But I might do it at some point, you know.
Yeah.
And it's probably good to get a bit of a clean under there. 'Cause I reckon there's loads of crap in the front of it because of where it just gets all picked up off the road.
Yeah.
You know, that's another thing with the car though, because it's all four wheels are going with power constantly. Whenever you put your foot down, it kicks up so much crap.
Crap. Yeah.
Stone chips galore, really bad in
Is
some
it?
places. Yeah. You know, it's not even that old really. 2017. So I got it at 3-year-old.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, the interior looks brand new.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
You know, maybe a bit of wear on a few bits. The seats have got a little bit of wear, but I could be honest, do with just a bit of leather treatment on it.
Yeah.
But if I can be bothered. At the end of the day, it's a car that I use every single day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's never going to be a show car because I just use it to rag around in.
Yeah.
But so I think that's pretty much it for the video. I was going to ask you as well. So YouTube, you know, your reasoning for being on YouTube, and it's SMG Automotive, and I'll put that in the link below.
Thank you. So obviously I'm a massive petrol head. I'm camera shy, and I want to meet new people and see more cars and, you know, experience all that sort of stuff. I was like, how can I do it? YouTube, you can literally do all of that. It just ticks all the boxes. You know what I mean? Like, I've learned so much from editing to filming to making, you know, your own content. You know, even this wouldn't have happened because of YouTube.
That's right.
So,
Yeah. I wouldn't just turn up, like, just drive past you one day. You're like, oh mate, do you mind if I have a lift?
Yeah.
See what it's
Exactly,
like?
yeah,
Because
that's
it doesn't
exactly
happen
it.
like that, does it?
Like, so I'm so glad that I did start it for this journey that we're all going on. And the plans that you got and I got are they're mad. Like, I can't tell you. It's just...
That's the thing. What I'm hoping is that we'll look back on this in like 2, 3, 5 years time,
Yes.
whatever it's going to be, and we'll look back at this and go, because this is the first time we've met.
Yeah, first time we met.
We'll look back on this and we'll go, remember that first time we met,
Yeah.
that video?
Yeah.
Now look what we're doing.
Exactly.
That's the dream, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because do you know what? If I was good enough to have a team of people with cameras, and I went, right, do you know what we're going to do? We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to go and buy these cars for this much, and we're going to see if we can take them all the way to bloody Africa through the continent.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like, to me, that's mental.
Yeah.
And the thing is, a lot of people will look at that and go, that's never going to happen. But you never know.
Yeah, you can. I'm a big believer of hard work, and you put your mind to it, stay at it.
It will
I
happen.
believe anything will happen. Like, I'm not going to YouTube for the money. I'm going for the money, but to plow into the channel.
Definitely.
So I want to be doing these journeys. I'll be bringing fans along if I can. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's all going to go.
Have all the OGs in the
Yeah.
back seat.
Like, I don't want to be like, you know, 10 years time, like, oh, I'm driving around in my Ferrari and hating on everyone. But I would just literally want to just do the stuff that I want to do in life.
That's the thing. It's like, because people have obviously asked me as well the same, which is why do you want to do it? Because it takes up so much time,
It does take up so much time.
and when you're not working on it, you feel bad.
Yeah.
A number of times I've literally sat down and gone, right, I just want to chill. I've had a hard day. I want to play the PlayStation all night, which I still need to get your
Oh, yeah. Of course,
your
yeah.
name for that, because
Yeah.
we mentioned that like the first time, wasn't it? That
Yeah.
we chat on TikTok, wasn't it?
TikTok, yeah. That's how we actually met, was TikTok.
Yeah. Just cause, what was it? I put a video up, didn't I? And you're like, oh, that's awesome. Where are you from?
Yeah.
And I was like, and we were literally in the same county.
Yeah, literally.
And we were just like, what? What the chances
Just
of
an hour
that?
up the road. Like,
And it's actually like, population-wise, the smallest county in the UK as well.
yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
it's just like, it was just mad.
Yeah.
But, you know, and it's just like, sometimes I sit down and just want to play the PlayStation for the night. But I'm like, oh, but I should probably go and do the editing for the video because I want to get it out by a certain time or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's really hard sometimes, isn't it,
Yeah.
to you know, to do that.
Yeah.
But I keep looking at it going, well, hopefully in X amount of years' time, we'll be like onto some crazy things.
Yeah. I really do believe that we will be, because we're both determined to do what we want to do in life. So
And I also think that being nice people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I'm obviously not hating on any YouTubers anywhere, but
Nah.
you get some that you can just tell they're just a bit of a douche.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even mind saying that and having that out on YouTube, because at some point that's going to bite me in the ass. But if anyone's offended by that, it's probably because they are a douche.
Yeah, exactly.
But do you know what I mean? Like, all I want to do is, I don't even want to be like, right, YouTube's made me 10 grand, 100 grand, a million. I don't care.
No.
As long as I can go, oh, do you know what? I've got this amazing car. Come on, subscribers.
Yeah.
Come for a drive. Why
yeah,
not?
Like literally, I know for a fact that if we ever do get big, personally for me, I'm gonna just have tons of old pieces of shit. I probably have one nice car, but I bet on it I'll just have loads of old stuff and stuff that we can just go and do crazy journeys with,
Exactly.
like.
You know, could you imagine if we actually talked about this a minute ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
You know, at some point in our journeys through YouTube, it's like, if we could ever get to a point where there's a team of people with cameras, so that we don't have to worry so much about that, and we can just talk to you guys. Start at Land's End, go to John O'Groats, £500 each, buy the best car,
Yeah, literally.
and do something like that.
That for us is literally the dream. I
Like,
can't even describe it. So
but this is the thing. It's like, since I started doing this, I've done more driving that I've enjoyed than I've ever done.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because you only drive because you've got to go somewhere a lot of the time.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
for me personally, it was always like that. I'll just drive it nice and crazily around the roads
Yeah.
and that, because I've got to go to the shops.
Yeah.
Whereas I literally went out onto the moors, and I was up at the moors for 4 days filming this one, because I did 2 days. I bloody deleted the footage. I did 2 whole days, deleted the footage by accident.
Oh,
I moved it onto the wrong memory card and then deleted that memory card.
Yeah.
And I was like, instead of moving it to my computer.
That's another thing I want to say. It never, like, filming wise, I think today's gone really smooth to be honest, but normally it never goes to plan. Like,
Always something.
it's something. Like, I filmed 2 videos and they both were, the footage was just trash, so I had to bin them off. So it's not, I don't like when people say, oh, YouTube's so easy, because it's not.
Do you know what? Honestly, when I first started, I thought, got this.
Yeah.
I'm pretty switched on. Know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Fuck off,
Thing
did
is
I?
as well, like, more you get into it, the videos get longer, you get more equipment. It gets harder. It's not getting easier. It's getting harder. I swear to God.
Because you want to bring up the value for everybody else, don't you?
Exactly, yeah.
You know, it's like you want people to carry on watching, because obviously it helps with the algorithm, so that you can be pushed out to more people, so
Yeah.
that you can build up more stuff. But at the end of the day, you just want to make the best quality stuff you can, and it does get really hard.
It does.
Especially when you've got a bad day and you go, well, this is my only day off work, so I've got to do it today.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
You know.
it's
But
really,
yeah, look at the state of it. It's
Like-
crap today.
you just got to do.
But we had to get out and
Yeah.
do it. It would have been nice to be able to get out and do loads of flyby shots in
Yeah.
the sun, but you can't do it when it's like this.
No, you can't. No,
You know.
literally no.
But it is what it is at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
it is, yeah.
We're here just to enjoy it and just to try and. Well, it's just memories, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I noticed that 5 years of me being at work in the business had gone by so fast that I'd not actually taken time just to enjoy the smaller things.
Yeah.
It's like car shows, no joke. Refuel was my first ever car show.
Yeah.
Only went there last year. And yet I love cars, but I always worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I started going, do you know what? Once a month, I'm taking a day off.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go to Refuel.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
that's it, because you don't get out if you're always working.
Yeah. Exactly.
Whereas now I say to my girlfriend, well, the reason I bought this car is because it's for the channel.
For the channel. Yeah. Literally.
It's always for the channel, and I'm just like, it's for me, but
Yeah.
it's for the channel. If I put a couple of videos out, it's fine.
Fine, yeah.
It might one day pay for itself. It probably won't, but it might one
do,
day.
yeah.
You know, and you just end up with all these cars lying around. And you're just like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have bought those, but
Yeah.
it's all good fun.
it
You
is
wouldn't have
good
done it
fun.
otherwise.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, I wouldn't have gone out and bought the Merc, which actually we're going to see in a minute,
Yeah.
because the rain stopped,
Yes, the rain has.
pretty much. So Steph's going to have a look around that and just
Yeah. Yeah.
see what
I
you
wanna
think.
have a Look at this.
even though it's shit high at the moment. But tell you what, while the rain's actually stopped, we're going to end the video there, but we're going to go and look at the Merc and then put that in before this, I reckon.
Yeah.
Or the other way around, don't really matter which. And see what you think about the Merc.
Yeah.
So let's do it. Thank you for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Please do go and follow Steph on SMG Automotive.
Yep.
Is it SMG_ Automotive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
_, yeah.
I will put a link in the description box below, and you can go check them out.
Awesome. Thanks very much.
All right. It was great having you as well. It was
it was great.
It's actually really fun just like blasting around the lanes when we weren't stuck behind buses and ambulance.
Yeah.
Because overtaking an ambulance on a single carriageway to me is it's just wrong, isn't it?
It's completely wrong.
So we kind of stayed behind it and just chilled.
Yeah.
But you know. So guys, it's finally stopped raining. So Steph is having a look at the Mercedes. And what do you think?
Oh mate, it's epic. I love that, but this is more. This is definitely more me.
Is it really?
Like, it's old. It's a bit rusty. It's just cool, you know.
It's,
I love the wheels as well.
it's pretty sweet. Yeah, these wheels, they're so rare. Like people are always like, oh, can I buy them off you? Because you don't see very many of those around.
No.
Not at all. But this should soon hopefully be back on the road, because like I did the lower control arms the other day,
Yeah.
just needs aligning and stuff like that.
You know, I love like the grey and white. Why does that go?
That's the thing, a lot of people don't even know it's grey and white, because on the video you don't always see the two colours.
I didn't know.
But that's actually a very pale, it's like a Nardo grey, isn't it? Like a primer grey.
Yeah. Which I'm actually a sucker for. So.
It's so good though,
Probably takes all-
that two-tone. But I've done quite a lot to it since I've had it really, you know.
Yeah.
Ignition leads, sparks, OVP relay, thermo valve,
Yeah.
lower control arms, tie rods, because it all needed doing, because it was kind of in a way a little bit neglected, because really it was just to be a show car. As long as it could get to the show, that's all that mattered.
Yeah.
Before I got it. Yeah, I ain't got the key for it at the moment, but wipe the window down, kind of. It's not really working, I'm just getting a really wet sleeve. But you might be able to see in there, you got all the leather.
Yeah,
I think I got all the seats down in the back, because I'll be working on the back. So you can see the extent of my trying to keep that out. But actually, it's not even that wet. It's all right that side.
Yeah.
So that must have worked. But
It's getting there.
it's getting there. This is the thing, it's like the sunroof and that. I've been trying to get that to work, so I've pulled all the bits out the front there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's really nice. Like the interior is really nice. It's all leather apart from these seats. These are the two seats that face out the back.
That's sweet.
So it comes up. Ugh. Like that. And then that one goes on there then. And then you end up with two seats out the back.
That is so cool. Look at that. 2 seats at the back.
So a 7-seater.
Yeah.
So that is it from us today. Steph just had a look around the Merc, and I think he likes it more than the Audi.
Yeah, I think I do too.
I'll tell you what though, I don't think it's quite as fast as the Audi.
No, it's not as fast, but it's
Different.
unique.
Unique. That's the
Yeah,
thing though, isn't it? It's all about that at the end of the day. With these older cars, it's all about that uniqueness, because you don't get that.
Yeah.
You don't get that with like the Audi. It's kind of, it is unique, but it's just not the same, is it?
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, so now that we've seen this, we're gonna finish the video here. So I just want to thank Steph again for coming up. What was it, hour and a bit to come down? So yeah, no, it was really good though.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed it.
yeah.
It's good to meet Steph. Hopefully we'll do a bit more in the
Yeah,
future.
we'll definitely be doing more, mate.
So SMG_Automotive, I'll put it downstairs. I'll put it in the description below. Please do like, comment and subscribe, and please do watch Steph's video as well. And go and check that out, because there will be a bit of a different view, because it'll actually be me like sat there. You'll be able to see the side of my face and or the front of my face.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, it will be.
or not. So cheers guys, see you later on, and please do check out his video as well. See ya.